At 7:01, I guess we can start the town board meeting for February 11th, 2025. First item on the agenda is Pledge of Allegiance, and Josh, would you like to lead us in the pledge, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We do not have any public hearings tonight. Next item is the agenda from our last meeting, approval of the minutes, January 28th. Motion by Mike, second by Steve. Any corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Privilege of the floor or public concerns. This is any time for the public online or in the room to address the town board. Anything? Yes, sir. And just state your name and address so the town clerk can put it in the minutes.
795 Town Line Road. I got an email at town floor. Still waiting. 6 years ago that night.
Yep, Mr. Drew. So I've kind of ignored your emails this week because you're a Canandaigua resident. And we've been going back and forth with you for like 3 years, maybe longer. Yep. Somehow, and I know finances are tight, but somehow you've got to work with the town of Canandaigua and figure out some financing for an engineer study to get from your property to the west, at least 2 properties where we did allow them to hook into our sewer last year. There's a out of district agreement between the Farmington Town Board and the Canandaigua Town Board. The owner there paid to have the sewer manhole and a pump station put in his property. And that sewer flows underneath Online Road to one of our wells, our sewer wells there. So, yeah, I don't even know. In one line on the agreement with the owner there says nobody else can hook into it, but then in the next one, in the agreement, there's a paragraph allowing an easement for other property owners to come to that location. So I copied in your emails to the supervisor in Canandaigua and to Jim Fletcher. Yep. And there's not much I can do for you until there's some kind of a study done proposing how to get your leach bed and your basement sewer. Okay, from your mobile home to a location within our sewer district to hook up. Well, there's not much I can do about it, really. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to spend some money
If I had the money.
to get hooked up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it for one.
Yep. I
was really going to repair my D-slot. And then the code clerk also came down. One side of me, down the other side, said I couldn't do that. I'm wondering how to do that, like I had done before. But returned everything and I've been fighting it ever since.
that's the county
Because I needed a
raised bed.
engineering map or something for the pre-existing, but whatever. I don't have 15 for that either.
Well, that's actually a New York State DEC rule. Any repairs to leach lines have to be engineered designed. So Unfortunately, yes, a homeowner can't just go out and repair leach lines.
Put them hundreds of times before.
Yeah, that's not allowed. That's why the code officer would have said something.
He said he could get my home, and trying to arrest me and all, so that's what started this whole ball.
Yeah, we don't want to report you, but we know you got a problem.
Well, everybody can have a problem now.
Yeah.
Both towns, there's 10 cans in. Everybody got, you know,
If there's a plan in place that our engineers and our water and sewer department can accept, it could happen, but I don't, you gotta talk to the bank and borrow some money for the engineering study. So it's something. We just,
sounds so easy.
pardon?
You make it sound so easy.
Well,
If it was that easy, I have it done already.
yeah, I understand.
The mortgage payment, which I'm over paying now, and assessment going up, taxes, cost of living, it's just, I mean, we're stretching pennies to pennies here.
Yeah. No,
Ain't getting any better, years go by here.
true. I don't have any answers for you, really. Yeah. No, I mean, there's some smaller engineering firms out there that maybe wouldn't cost as much as larger engineering firms, but like Dan said, the New York State code is got to be some kind of an engineering study, how you're going to fix it, whether it's the current septic system and you expand on it, or you make it a raised bed, or you totally just hook into our system down the road. It still takes an engineering study.
100% solution to this would be council.
Right.
So sad. I doubt it would pass a perk test if I were to do it,
Right.
but it'd be a waste of money there.
Yep.
I mean,
Bill,
the town of Canandaigua would be the people to approach the town board of Canandaigua for a
I've
district.
been to every meeting for the last 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that would likely cost you just the same. I mean, they would have the cost of forming the district, and then, if they were to put the sewer in on behalf of the district,
The towns don't do that.
they don't do it for free, though.
They don't.
Yeah,
I'll figure a way to pay for it, I just, that is something we get done.
yeah. You'd have to get the town of Canandaigua board to, take the initiative, or the residents along the street can take the initiative and do a petition and approach the town board to form a district. So if you have some neighbors that wanted the same thing as you do, as far as potentially putting sewer down the road and tying in, you would need to get them, you'd need to understand what the cost may be to the group that you have, and approach the town board that way. But it's typically up to the residents to petition and approach the town board to form a district, though. So,
There are other neighbors would be interested in that?
Well, one neighbor already got it, so they kind of leave me the only one left over there. I know the guy on the east side of me, he passed away and a new kid is in there, so I doubt he'll do no situation there.
all right. Think it over and talk with the town of Canandaigua. Yeah, 24th or 26th, something like that, yeah. All right, thank you. Anybody online? Any comments or concerns? Okay. Reports of standing committees, Public Works.
Water treatment side of things. We discussed the quote from Danforth to do some pipe work on a new heat exchanger that's gonna be installed. That's going back to them for a little more detailed information on it. Had a discussion about some heaters and ventilation in the influent building. Discussed the scraper arm that was repaired on the secondary clarifier and has been reinstalled with some additional welding done on that clarifier. Belt press, replace the lower bearing on that. Also reported that they're gonna be replacing a gearbox. They were hoping to get that done today. Lift stations, that's just ongoing routine maintenance, repairs, oils, belt alignments, cleaning of wet wells. The overall system, they're still finding quite a few buried manholes that over time they're gonna be working to get raised up to grade. Still working on water meter replacements. They have about 150 door knockers out for replacing 3/4 inch meters. And we have a couple 1.5 and 2 inch that they're still trying to get a hold of to replace. Retention 332 water main replacement. The contractor has finished everything up over there that they will until spring. They'll be back to do blacktop repairs and topsoil. And we had new pressure sensors all installed in the vaults, or pressure reducing vaults on the water side. That's part of the water tank project. And of course, with the cold temperatures, they had 4 water main breaks, of course, all in one day last week. Obviously, they're all repaired now, but there will be some restoration work in the spring to permanently repair some blacktop and yards and things like that. Highway and parks, obviously, equipment maintenance is on the agenda every time. Did have to do a radiator in truck 10. Plowing and salting roads is always in the winter. We did have a lengthy discussion about salt usage and things like that. I'll let Tim elaborate on that if he wants to in his report. Patching some potholes. Did discuss a drainage issue at the corner of 8 and 96 with a resident. As part of the salt shortage, they haven't been able to get to the back of the salt barn. So they've been breaking up some old salt that's been in the back for quite a few years, getting that cleaned out. On the park side, again, plowing, salting, working on sidewalks, getting summer equipment ready for that upcoming season and working on picnic tables and benches. They've been doing fire inspections and had to prepare a door opener. Also working on quotes for some gutters here at the town hall. He's got just one resolution for an employee to go to CDL school.
All right, thank you. Town operations.
Operations met this morning. We got 4 resolutions we discussed. They come up. The TAP grant, the bridge was installed in December. The guardrails been put up. We're just waiting until the blacktop can be poured to connect the bridge with the stone dust trail along 41. So it's not open for use until that's all done. And then also in the spring, the contractor should be completing a section of sidewalk along Mertensia Road. It was delayed for a new water line going in, so there's no point putting a new sidewalk in for it to probably get torn up to put the water line in. The Ag Advisory Committee is meeting next Thursday on the 20th. They'll be discussing the ongoing talks about the Conservation District. A couple of landowners that are looking to pursue the purchase and development rights and the grant applications for that, and some updates to ag and markets. They continue to work on town code amendments. 3 chapters of town code are they've introduced amendments to those to update them. They want to be residential short-term rentals. Some regulations for the park and ride there at 332 and Loomis Road, and then an update on water rules and regulations. Still working on a couple other town code amendments in the next few months. Recreation Committee, they've completed this review. The town board tonight, we've completed this review of the draft Parks and Rec master plan. We got at the January 28th meeting. And we're going to start probably at the next meeting in February. We'll start the formal public review to adopt that plan. And everything else will be reported on and on file.
Thank you. Reports of other town officials, supervisor, just a couple things. I want to thank the residents for their patience during all these snowstorms we've had. And we'll have a resolution tonight to hire a water and sewer superintendent that will start next week. And that's all I have, highway and park.
Um, yeah, so I've been receiving, not a lot of calls, but calls about the sidewalks not being plowed. I've not been plowing the sidewalks basically because underneath there's nothing but a sheet of ice under there. I feel at this time, it's best just to leave the snow on the sidewalk as it's not as slippery. As some of you are aware, we don't clear the sidewalks during a snowstorm. Our focus is mainly clearing the roads and the town parking lots. Once the roads and parking lots are clear, we get our 3 sidewalk plows or snow blowers, whatever seems best at the time out there. I mean, we've got approximately 9 miles of sidewalk, which depending on the amount of snow, it takes 1.5 to 2 days to get that cleared off. And then we don't salt sidewalks. We don't have any way to salt sidewalks, so there's no real way to melt the ice off, but with the constant snow, what we've been having and the melting and refreezing, it's just left to build up ice on the sidewalks. I don't know if some of you tried to get it off your driveways. I know I have, it's quite thick. So unfortunately, it's gonna take a few days of above freezing temperatures to get it off, but I don't know what's gonna happen this weekend with all the snow. I mean, if we get the high snow totals that they're talking about, we're gonna have to go out and snow blow them, and once we get there Tuesday,
Yeah.
guys are back to work. I did call today around for salt. Tina gave me a number. He can't get any salt. They've pretty much cut the contractors off from salt. I called Appalachia, I think that's how you say that, to set up an account. The receptionist took my information and they said they'd get back to me. So I didn't really get an answer there. I did talk to American Rock Salt today. I do have an order in there. She said that is scheduled to start delivery next week. I've got 640 ton ordered, so I don't know how much of that I'll get. I talked to Cargill. But Cargill's pretty much a no. They're not gonna have any salt available. I did call up Dan Hurley Trucking. They're actually the ones who haul our salt now from American Rock Salt, to see how much he would charge to haul it from Albany if we do get that account set up, and he's at $49.50 per ton. So that's pretty close to $2,000 a trailer load if we get 40 ton on a trailer. So, but he says it takes them probably 10 hours at least round trip to go down there and back. He says you get down there 3.5, 4 hours. He says you wait in line for 2 or 3 hours and then you gotta haul back. But he did do it for Victor. They were able to get, I think, 600 ton delivered. See if I get a call back from Appalachia. So,
Yeah, I guess once you get the connections there for the account set up, place an order. We'll go to half a winter to go.
well, right. So we mixed up pretty much all of our salt with the Magic back there. We probably got about 300 ton of the brown mix salt, the treated salt. I'm gonna guess that there's probably at least 400 to 500 of the white. So we're not hurting yet. We still have enough for a little while, but
This snowstorm this week and the one on the weekend. Then let me know how much salt you have.
well, right. I mean,
if it's gonna start snowing Saturday and not stop until Sunday, and we're probably just gonna plow along and not really salt too much until the end.
Yeah.
Once it starts to taper off, then we'll start putting salt down. Instead of like normally, we would just keep salting right along as we're plowing, but. We'll see what happens. We'll try to just, do the intersections and the hills and the curves and. Victor's kind of doing the same thing, so. I did get a talk to Tim Terranova from Victor School District, so. He understands. I said, well, it's a good thing that next week the kids have off from school, so. Maybe after that, it'll start warming up.
Yeah.
Or we'll get more salt in, but, so. So he's got my number. He said he'd text me in the morning, to see how the roads are.
Right. Thanks for the report.
Move along best we can.
Definitely. Town clerk.
Yes, we are at a little over 11 million with taxes. So all the banks have come in, so I'm happy with that. And we're just busy with our normal functions. That's it.
Thanks. Robin's not here. Josh, anything from Water and Sewer?
No, I'm good. I think Steve covered it.
Good, right?
We're able to get our road patched out there.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Line,
we patched
So,
Tim's road.
so yeah, it looks good. They did a good job, so hopefully that'll hold for the winter. We can get blacktop back in there.
always a nice place to have a water line break, right?
Yeah.
In the middle of Town Lane Road and County Road 8.
Winter's been easy and then all of a sudden now, like 4 rain in a row, it's like, oh boy. What's the rest of winter gonna be like?
Yeah. Dan, building and zoning.
January, we issued 132 permits, completed 474 inspections and 6 fire inspections for the month.
Couple of calls.
And we got called out for the fire department, end of January, so.
At the planning board.
Sure, 19th February, we have a continued public hearing to talk about the seeker for the Alexander Shear subdivision track. Not exactly sure where we'll go with that one, but we need to address something on that one. Then we have other board actions, a determination of whether an application is complete for both Blazy, final site plan for lot 2 and for an accessory building, final site plan amendment for accessory building on Gateway Drive. Then we've got a talk about the 24 lot subdivision in Victor that backs up to us. That they're working on. That's pretty much it right now.
That Victor project is on Klein. West of Klein Road.
Yeah, I forget.
Klein Road is Bordeaux.
Yep,
Thanks, Ed.
yep.
John, Director of Planning and Development.
Yeah, because of other interruptions I had today, I didn't get the town ops report posted, but it will be posted tomorrow. There's some very interesting photos in there of the water tank from inside the tank, both the bottom and the top, looking way up. So you can see what 2 million gallons of water is gonna look like when it's filled. That'll be posted tomorrow, and we're working with Western Sureties to resolve the maintenance bond issue over there at Albert Meadows on the sidewalk. So I'm waiting to hear back on that. Other than that, we're good to go.
All right, thanks, Ron. Bill, town engineer.
Yeah, just a few things. Colette Mertensia was already brought up, so I think the last thing left there is some restoration in the spring, right? So we're in good shape there. Brickyard Road Tank, minor items being addressed right now during this season, and the pressure data loggers are installed, so we'll be scheduling the startup of those pretty soon. Cranberry Drive project is ready to bid, except for the potential to replace some electric and conduit, which we talked about at Public Works today, so we'll look into that. For the light poles. 332 water is all prepared, the bid documents, and that's in the Department of Health and DOT, so waiting on approval for that project. And we did provide an updated concept plan today on running brook drainage, so you guys can take a look at that and then go from there, so.
All right, thanks. Historian's not here tonight. They turn in their 2024 annual report. Recreation, they've announced, dates for ball field assignment. And, pretty soon they'll be doing reservations for summer rec already. It's hard to believe that's here already. And we already talked about ag advisory, committee. Communications are on file, the reports and minutes are on file, resolutions now. First resolution is authorizing Jacob Smith of the Highway Department to attend the Canandaigua Driving School to get his CDL.
So.
Second. Motion by Nate, second by Steve. Any questions? All in favor?
Just to point out that is a grant.
Yeah, thank you.
It is fully funded.
Yeah, it's a fully funded, grant from, Works New York Development. So that definitely will look at sending a couple other things in the future. Second resolution is for adoption of the,
Oh, we got interrupted, yeah.
all in favor?
Aye.
So. And a big deal. Resolution number 2, adoption of the updated 2025 stormwater management plan. So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Nate. All right, is it Ron? Thank you. And that's about that thick. You want to see it? Any questions on that? Long time coming, right, Ian?
Yep, that's a few pages over 500, so.
All in favor? Aye. Read resolution authorizing the transfer funds for several reserve accounts after the public referendum period is complete.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Mike. This is moving some of the 2023 BLT money into parks improvements, highway pole barn, parks building upgrade, 24 BLT. Moving money into the parks building upgrade project, the general savings account to pay for the playground equipment. Sewer equipment reserve, $50,000 of that goes to pay for the new flusher truck. And $50,000 under the emergency services reserve towards the Victor Farmington ambulance capital improvement project. And then we have inter transfer between those accounts also. Any questions there? All in favor? Aye. Resolution 4, establishing a capital project for Wood Drive Bridge improvements.
Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Mike. Again, Wood Drive is off from County Road 41. That's being engineered in 2026 by Fisher Associates, 2025 by Fisher Associates, and construction in 2026. We will have a meeting 10 o'clock Friday, a Zoom meeting scheduled with all the emergency people, the schools, highway, the county engineers, Fisher Associates, and our highway department. Just a Zoom meeting to bring them up to date that a week from Friday, we will change the flow on Wood Drive to in only off of County Road 41. The signs are in place. We'll have an electronic board there for a few days ahead of time, and Friday's mail, I'll mail an email to Wood Drive, Greenbrook Drive, and Redfern Drive addresses, and notifying them that the change is going to be in only, and they're going to have to go back out through Farmbrook subdivision to 332. Any questions there? All in favor? Aye. Vice resolution approving a partial release of funds number 3, letter of credit for work within the Hathaway's Corners IZ project. Total amount $166,536.45. Mike, second by Nate. All in favor? Aye. Six, resolution to recall and amend resolution 429/2024, approving the oil separation service from Sun Environmental.
Second.
Motion by Ron, second by Steve. Came in a little bit higher than $800 higher than our other resolution, so that's why we're amending it. All in favor? Aye. Seven is a resolution authorizing acceptance of the monthly report of the supervisor for January 2025.
Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Steve. Any questions there? All in favor? Aye. Eight's resolution hiring a water and sewer superintendent effective February 16th at a salary not to exceed $125,000 per year.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Ron. Any questions there? All in favor? Aye. Nine's resolution authorizing the waiving the fees from Retention Lodge for the Genesee Land Trust on September 20th, 2025.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Mike. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Abstention. Thank you. 10, resolution authorizing the waiving of retention lodge fees from Kiwanis Club, Farmington, Victor, April 26, 2025.
So moved.
Motion by Mike, second by Ron. And we've done this in the previous years for their loan term. All in favor? Aye. 11, procurement resolution authorizing the purchase of two Petlink Max BR1 Pro routers for 2 trucks in the water and sewer department.
Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Steve, it's just under $1,800. All in favor? Aye. What was the abstract number 3 of 2025 to pay bills? General fund, $38,192.84. Highway fund, $48,556.45. Cranberry Drive water line, $750. Cranberry Drive road project, $750. Route 332-96 water line, $4,500. Town Hall capital project, $5.99. Retention water line, $2,808.84. Water tank repair, $8,273.82. Route 332 and Colette Road water line, $12,184.04. Storm drainage, $7,657.05. Lighting districts, $1,636. Sewer district, $75,924.84. Water district, $7,518.53. Payroll deductions, $176.81. Total abstract, $208,935.21. Motion approved.
So, second.
Motion by Nate, second by Mike. Any changes, abstentions? All in favor? Aye. Do we have some training under $100 listed there for our employees? Waiver of the rules. Any objection to waiver the rules for 2 resolutions? Hearing none. First resolution is authorizing the town supervisor to sign the Town of Farmington Declaration of Intent to become a designated community in the New York State Pro Housing Communities Program. So. Motion by Mike, second by Ron, was it?
Yep.
And this does no more than allow our town, when we're applying for grants, and allow our nonprofits when they're applying for grants. It gives them a few extra points by declaring ourselves as a pro-housing community. So that goes up to New York State. They certify it, we get a letter back saying we're good to go.
The numbers that they request, I mean, we're way above.
Yeah, the number was required for housing. We, for the last 8 to 10 years, we beat that hands down.
Be nice if we got some brownie points with RG&E, so we get some power to build some of the last thing we did.
Exactly, yeah. All in favor? Aye. Second resolution is authorizing the town supervisor Smith, the town of Farmington sanitary sewer capacity infrastructure improvement project. What town's infrastructure grant application to the clerk of the Ontario County Board of Supervisors for project and funding to the Empire State Development Corporation Infrastructure Grant Program.
So
Second. Motion by Steve, second by Mike. So each county commit one infrastructure project. 500,000 maximum without housing, which includes housing. The grant can be up to $1 million. So every town, city and village was notified over a week ago from Ontario County to submit something by February 18th, potential project. They'll put a team together and rate the applications, and they're only allowed to pick one forwarded to New York State. We'll give it a shot. Any question for it? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we have no executive session tonight, and anything else to be brought to the board, anybody online? Questions? Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Renee, second by Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody, for attending.